Morning, everyone. Is this on G&G? I'm not sure what that is. If you guys are hanging out, feel free to hit that like button, sub if you guys aren't already. Just doing some wood burning. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. It's just a work in progress still. Wood burning takes a while. Hey, welcome in mathematics. Feel free to ask any questions if you guys have any. We're just gonna be kind of chilling, listening to some music, doing some wood burning. You see no wood burning? This entire thing is burning. The whole thing is, anything you see that's black has been burnt. Right now we're working on the tan color. I mean, potentially. A lot of times I like doing my own ideas and own designs, but sometimes I take advice and stuff like that, but it really depends. I have done a kind of a creepy, weird chicken before, so I don't know if that's the same thing you're kind of talking about. I'm not sure what a raging rooster is compared to just a rooster. Why would I do that? That would make me have a bad day. So, He can go screw himself. If it was him doing something stupid, sure. Making fun of him, absolutely, that'd be funny as hell. The ball's actually not done yet, so I'm kind of just moving on to the scorpion to give him some love. But the ball, I'm probably gonna add a little bit of a hue to the smoke, just to kind of pop from the smoke from the background. But yeah, no, the inside's pretty done. Might make it a little darker. We'll see. All a work in progress. Let's go back to the scorpion. I'm debating on if I want to make him a little darker just to give him a little more pop. It kind of does, yeah. It smells very smoky sometimes. Generally, this process doesn't smell very bad. The shading process I'm doing right now, but when I do the background, like the black, that does, yeah, that smells a lot and it smokes a lot. If you go back a couple streams, you can see me doing that, and yeah, it smokes a lot and definitely stinks. But sometimes in a good way. It smells like a campfire. No worries, guys. You guys can come and go as you please. We're just chilling. Have a good day, man. Sorry, I say man inclusively. Bro. Homie. Where's the lid? So there is no lid. These guys are wall decor. They're gonna sit up on the wall. They kind of hang there, and they're very 3D. So as you kind of walk around it, it looks like a 3D piece on the wall. Nothing inside right now. On the inside usually goes the signature and then the title name. I do have ones that close, but these guys aren't they're made for wall decor. Just kind of hopping around, making some darkness, making them a little darker, popping against the background. I'm gonna work on the sides too. If you guys are hanging out, feel free to hit that like button. I have burnt myself before, yes. It happens more than you think. I mean, not super often. I've done it live on stream by accident. I mean, it's 800 to 900 degrees, so it's kind of hard to not occasionally get a little close to it. Yeah, so the chain is for oh no, the string around this is just a grip. It was a pretty grip at one point, but I've kind of destroyed it with all my fidgeting. It doesn't get hot. This part doesn't get hot. It doesn't get hot until about like right here. But yeah, this part's not warm or anything. It's just meant as a little grip. Hey, no worries, Rhea. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. It's not even a good one. You do the top a little. Scorpion is like the land lobster. I mean, technically, yeah, they are both arthropods. Actually, I'm not even sure a scorpion is an arthropod. They don't have the right amount of legs. Well, they do have the right amount of legs, but they got pinchers. I guess they don't have to have 8 for an arthropod. None of the regulars today. It's gonna be a slow stream. Yeah, it doesn't have a spine, so yeah, that would just mean it's a invertebrate. Do scorpion do the scorpion make noise? This guy or the actual scorpions? I don't think actual scorpions make very much noise. Um, a lot of bugs don't actually make noise. They make noise by rubbing parts of their body together. Like a beetle will rub its like carapace against its abdomen. Um, so and like crickets will rub their legs together to make sounds. So I'm not sure if the scorpion has any way to like make sound. Because bugs don't have vocal cords or anything like that, so they don't actually make the sound. It's their body that does. Hey, welcome in, Eli. I feel lame because I didn't look up that comic again. I had a bit of a friend emergency yesterday, so I was helping my friend out with something. I promise I'll look up that webcomic though. As soon as I get some free time and I actually fucking remember. Sorry. I guess that was a unneeded profanity. Hey, welcome in, little dragon bee. Doing some spooky wood burning. Little scorpion. Sorry, try not to shake the camera with that motion. If you guys are hanging out, feel free to hit that like button. Sub if you aren't already. I go live almost every day lately, so if you're up around now, then you can always catch me live streaming. Most days of the week, at least. New stuff every week, too. It's a bit of a slow, relaxing process. Trying to add some layer between the goop. Hey, welcome, Nijong. You're one of the first regulars to show up today. Welcome in, Chantel. I'm not sure I do reckon. I mean, I know another woodburner named Chantel, but I'm not sure if I remember you specifically. I'm sorry. Welcome in, Stormbringer. Sorry, I do have a lot of people coming through. It's hard to remember everyone. I do welcome you in, though. I appreciate your watching. What's my answer to GD question? I read back a little bit. I'm not sure what question it was. Do scorpions make noises? Is that one? Is that the question you answered or you're asking about? Scorpions don't make noises, I don't believe, because bugs make noises by rubbing their body parts together, like their legs or their carapace or something like that. So I'm not sure if they have the ability to make a sound. Oh, I'm sorry, Stormbringer. I mean, I think you can hit the bell if you go to my account and you hit the bell. You might get notified more. It depends. I don't know. I don't really know how YouTube works lately. It's kind of all up in the air whether they recommend you my video. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I definitely could be wrong. I just don't think scorpions can make much noise. There might be a few that can make noise, but usually it's rubbing body parts together, and they don't have the ability to do that unless it's like their claws or their mouth. Oh, sorry, I did see that question. I forgot to make or respond to it. What inspired me to make these designs? I don't know, my imagination. I have a very active imagination, and I also have a lot of chronic pain and issues. I use my chronic illnesses a lot as inspiration. These guys, I mean, this guy's a little Pokemon inspired. This guy's just, I mean, I love scorpions and bugs. I like snakes. A lot of it is stuff I love and like to draw and do, and some are like manifestations of my pain. Yeah, I do a lot of different stuff. I do anywhere from giant big pieces to smaller pieces. Like here's a massive one I'm about to put on screen. I do real big pieces, do real small pieces. I do all kinds of stuff. Show you a little medium guy. I really like this guy a lot. He's a cool design. Grasshoppers make sound too. Basically, yeah, crickets and cicadas make the sound by rubbing their carapace together. Grasshoppers and crickets use their legs. But that noise that bugs make is never coming out of their mouth because they do not have vocal cords. Oh yeah, cicadas are. I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with cicadas. I actually used to be terrified of them. I grew up on the east coast of the U.S. and in the East Coast, there's big flocks of cicadas that come out every now and then. Like every 6 to 7 years, there's like giant flocks that come out, And there was this one year where there was probably hundreds of thousands all over the floor, just half dead, half alive. And I was probably like 2 or 3 years old. My grandfather had to like put me on his shoulders and walk me around because I was just too scared to step on the bugs because like you'd step near one and they'd start freaking out. So I used to be traumatized by cicadas, but I actually kind of love them now for that reason because I'm trying to turn it on its head. I'm trying to be like, oh yeah, they're not as scary as they were as a child. So I kind of like them now. Yes, birds have vocal cords and very special vocal cords. Birds have one of the widest range of sound ability than like most animals. Do I have a Grim Reaper one? Not necessarily. This one's called Reap. This one's kind of like he reminds me of a Reaper just because of his arms. He's kind of a bat mixed with the Reaper. So, yeah, I do all kinds of weird designs. Generally, they're not going to be as tangible as like just a Grim Reaper. Um, I mean, I might eventually, but generally, I try to do some weird, crazy shit first. Thank you, I appreciate that. I'm honestly not sure. I know a bit about that. I just don't know like what the technical term is. A lot of birds, especially crows and ravens, have the ability to like completely mimic sounds. Not many animals at all can do that. Humans and birds are basically one of the only things that can mimic sounds. I could be wrong though. Someone's welcome to prove me wrong if they want. I am someone always down to be incorrect, so I won't fight you there. What's the most uncanny looking animal to me? Um, I don't know, probably like a camel spider or a vinegaroon, I think it's called. Look up like a camel spider or a vinegaroon, or even like a whip scorpion, and it's not a scorpion, or tailless whip scorpion is what it's called. Honestly, I'm gonna go with tailless whip scorpion. If you don't know what that is, look it up and tell me that's not uncanny as hell. Yeah. Tailless whip scorpions are pretty freaky. Yeah, they kind of do look like a mix of different bugs. But the fact that they have those giant arms that come out, they're retractable. They're basically like an elbow. Like they sit there with an elbow and they can actually like retract their arm to like 10 times their length. They're very creepy looking, honestly. I love bugs, but they would even freak me out occasionally. Vinegaroons are also very creepy looking. They look like just kind of like scorpions, but weird. Yeah, the fox with long legs. I can't remember the name, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Honestly, I think it's called something fox. But yeah, no, those guys are freaky. Yeah, Maine fox, that's what it is. I can see that though. They're pretty freaky. They look like they're little like skinwalkers. Yeah, I'm sure they're pretty freaky. Another kind of uncanny animal is that sun bear. Sun bears are creepy, dude. Y'all ever seen that like sun bear standing up in the zoo? Everyone thought it was a human. Looks like a bit like a human in a bear suit. Sun bears are a little freaky. Yeah, sun bears cause like more deaths than like most other bears, I believe. There are more recorded sun bear deaths, I believe, than most grizzlies. I was watching a video the other day that said that or something like that. Oh no. They're hostile. They basically all bears are omnivores, so they'll eat anything that they can get their hands on, essentially. I don't know if they're necessarily hurting people to eat them or if they're just hurting people to be defensive, because they're very defensive animals and they don't like people in their space. So I think it's more of a defense thing than a I'm gonna eat you thing. That's honestly often how bears work. Bears don't really want to prey on humans. Like so, even when they like kill a human, it's not really for that purpose. They probably felt threatened and felt like you were in their space, so they felt like they had to defend themselves. But the other is definitely a possibility. Bears aren't innately violent unless it's something like a polar bear who are a bit more violent just because their food source is slowly dwindling away. So they got to start looking for new avenues of food. i.e. humans. Yeah, I mean bears are when bears like go in cars and stuff like that, or like stuff like that. Generally, they're just after the food. They want your food. That's really it. Hey, welcome back. I like bears. Bears are cool animals, but yeah, they definitely get a bad rap sometimes. Who doesn't get a bad rap is gators. Gators, I love gators and crocodiles so much. They're one of my favorite animals. But they're jerks. They cause a lot of deaths and have caused a lot of deaths in all of history. How long does one take? It usually depends. Anywhere from like 5 to 10 hours for these guys. Could be a little bit more for each, maybe like up to 10, 15. But generally 5 to 10 hours for these guys. The small guys, it'll only be like an hour or two. The big guy, like you see there, could be anywhere from like 15 to 20 hours. I've definitely spent upwards of 30 and 40 on a piece before. Yes, that's also very true. It's also human problems. Is it hard? No. What I'd say is hard is the learning curve. The learning curve is a bit hard because you have to basically learn how fire works, learn how fire pattern works, and how it spreads, and how you can't touch the surface for too long. Um, but once you get the hang of that, after like 2 or 3 pieces, you're golden. It'll be just like drawing. Welcome in, Q-tip, kiwi, lizard, 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 lizard. The lizard meme is honestly hilarious. Oh no. Destroying the ecosystem. I love cats, but I mean outdoor cats are a tragedy to this world. There's no bigger ecosystem destroyer than outdoor cats. Actually, us. I lied. There is a bigger ecosystem destroyer, us. Welcome in, Zias. Doing some weird wood burning. Zias. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. E- Birds kill a lot of birds, or cats kill a lot of birds and lizards and bugs and all that kind of stuff. They're just very bad for the ecosystem. I love cats. I love cats. But I mean, if you have the choice, they do way better inside. I do understand not everyone has the choice though. Cats or dogs? That's a hard one. I really, really, really like dogs, but sometimes I do like cats more. I actually grew up a dog person. I grew up with dogs all the time. Um, my mom actually bred dogs for a while, so I grew up with puppies, all that kind of stuff. We were selling puppies, stuff like that. But cats, I don't know, something special about cats. Cats are very cool. I like how personable and like loving dogs are. Like the fact that like you get home and they're sitting by the door waiting for you and stuff like that. That's super cool. It's super sweet. But something the fact that cats are so independent and you don't have to worry about them as much is really cool to me. It's like having a cuddly roommate. Yeah. Dogs are loyal. They just love you for no reason. They want to be around you for yeah, it's like an extrovert and introvert friend, honestly. It's like if you want to have a friend that's the golden retriever or the black cat. Do you want someone that's kind of weird and mysterious and kind of cool, or do you want someone that's like, "Hi, how you doing?" Bubbly and excited. Hey, welcome in, Art Girl. You got two white kitties. That's cool. I love the little white kitties. Are they long hair or short hair? Let's go over here. This is definitely going to be a candidate for some off-stream work. I may be working on this off-stream today. When did I start live streaming and why? So I started live streaming actually on TikTok probably about like 2 years ago. I've been live streaming a while. I did TikTok live streams, but TikTok's kind of been dead going downhill lately. Um, TikTok's just not really a great platform anymore. It's doing good in some avenues, but not really the live avenues. Oh, Messi for sure, dude. I used to play soccer. Absolutely was a Messi fan. Um, but why did I start live streaming? Honestly, just because I was doing the work anyways. I was going to be sitting here wood burning, and I got a lot of people interested in the process. People wanted to watch me do it. People wanted to talk to me, And so I just kind of got in the habit of hopping on live stream whenever I do some wood burning and talk with you guys. So kind of just became a habit. Hey, thank you. Thank you, it's Messi. I mean, I saw your name, so I knew that. But I am actually genuinely a Messi fan over Ronaldo. I was a big fan of Barcelona when I was playing soccer. Sorry, I am American. I will say soccer because that's what I'm used to. Why did I start wood burning and what inspired me? So basically, I started about 3, 4 years ago. Someone kind of just handed me a shitty wood burner after I developed some chronic health issues and I had to quit work for a little bit. I went on a little bit of a hiatus just trying to figure out my health. And I had a bit more extra time to do stuff, to do activities. So I was just kind of hobby hopping, figuring out something I wanted to do. And someone handed me a shitty wood burner at that time, and I just tried it. And within the first few pieces I made, it just kind of clicked. Something about this was like, wow, A, I'm really good at this, and B, this is really fun. So, yeah, it just kind of became a process of love and wanting to become better. So a lot of the inspiration is my chronic health illnesses. What position did I used to play in soccer? I was actually defense. I was a very hard defender. I was called like the wall, all random stuff. I mean, I was pretty. I wouldn't body check people, but I was pretty brutal with the fact that I was defense. Do you plan on to do in the future after wood burning? I mean, honestly, I never really plan on stopping wood burning. I mean, I'll definitely transition to other things, start doing new stuff eventually. Other art forms I definitely am interested in, but I don't know if I'll ever stop wood burning. I feel like this is part of my calling, and I hope to be here. I hope this channel's still around in 20 years, kind of thing. Why did I stop playing? It became a lot. It became a lot of practice. It became a lot of pressure. It became a lot of everything. I was actually in high school at the time. I was playing for a high school team. I was actually going to tournaments and stuff like that. But it just became so much more serious. It became less fun and more serious. More like the coaches are. If you do something wrong, and all of a sudden the coaches would punish you. The coaches would make you do laps or something like that. And it's just like it ruined the fun of it. Do I consider wood burning a modern medium of art? Vaguely. So basically, wood burning's been around ever since electricity has been. So it's not necessarily new, but electricity is new in general. So I guess it's kind of a modern art. You couldn't really do wood burning before electricity and power and stuff like that because you couldn't heat something up without putting it on the fire. Like, I'm sure someone in the past maybe heated up a knife and started cutting wood and stuff like that. And that might have been the start of modern wood burning. But this process of using like a heated bit is rather modern. I hope I get popular sometimes too. I mean, sometimes I don't really want it just because it sounds overwhelming, but we'll see. Okay. Messi, that's block worthy. Just watch yourself. I absolutely support that. And if anyone has a problem with that, they can get the hell out of here. If anyone's going to be anti-LGBTQ, they can just get the fuck out. C'est la vie. Love is love, man. It doesn't matter who the hell you love. Well, within moral parameters. We're not going to defend certain groups, but LGBTQ, they're not doing anything wrong. We aren't doing anything wrong. I would consider myself part of that group, and if anyone's got a problem with that, they got a problem with me. Yeah, let others be, let others live, let others do what they want, especially when it does not affect you. Exactly. Just be nice. Who cares what people want and like? It's arrogant to think that your morals should have any effect on someone else's life. Your morals are not their morals. Exactly. Anyways, moving on. This is never a place of hate. This is welcoming to everyone, and if people keep coming in and bringing up stuff like that, I'm just bringing down the banhammer. I don't give a shit. Exactly. I am anti-hate. I don't care as long as you are anti-hate as well. We are anti-hate together. That is all I need. Be kind and loving to others, and people will be kind and loving to you. Welcome in, Rotten Guts. Sorry, I'm a little passionate. There were some rude people here. Love does conquer all. How much did this wood burner cost? So they're not very expensive. This one's probably was like 40 bucks US. You can buy them for pretty cheap. You can buy them for 10 bucks for the little shitty one like I started on. It works. It's not going to be great, but it's basically like a soldering iron. You can start with a soldering iron. But they go anywhere from like 30, 40 bucks for these kinds up to like 200 if you really want to spend it. But do you really need the $200 one? Absolutely not. How would you recommend a beginner starting? Honestly, something like this. If you buy something like this for 20, 30 bucks, 30, 40 bucks, something like that, and then spend like 5, 10 bucks at a local hobby shop and find some wood or a cutting board or something you can burn. Um, you can start the whole process for like maybe 40, 50 bucks. It really doesn't take that much to start wood burning. And I would recommend you kind of just practice. Get some scrap pieces of wood, some stuff you don't care about, and just practice like how the wood works. Like do some lines, do some cross hatches, do some stuff like that. just to kind of practice how the wood works, because it's going to burn differently than you think. I mean, maybe if I ever get big, I'll definitely. I've contemplated making like gaming channel stuff like that, but I don't really want to be like an internet personality. It's not really my goal. I'm I'm here to push my art a lot. I'm I never really wanted to be famous. Um, I just still don't really want to be famous, but I would love it if my art was famous, kind of thing. I want to make it large, not big. I don't need to be a big name. I just want to have my art out there. Yeah, honestly, I do sell these. I have my Etsy down in the description. If anyone wants to check out my website, I have all kinds of stuff, like almost 100 items up on my Etsy. There's going to be a lot more going up soon once I get ready for my show that's coming up. I have an art show, a local art show that I'm bringing my stuff to, and once it's done with that, they're going to go up on the website. I like giving first dibs to the people in the markets. I mean, if any of these really speak to you, you can definitely send a DM, and we can work something out. Maybe put a reserve on it or something. I don't know. But generally, I like bringing them to shows first. And thank you, Ejong. I really do appreciate that. Art trades. I love art trades. I do art trades all the time, especially at art shows and stuff like that. Um, I do art like I love doing art trades. Equal value is like my favorite thing. I never want to gyp the artist, and I hope to never be gypped myself. What's my favorite hobby as a kid? I mean, I was really into gaming. I was also a very big outdoor kid. I went outside a lot. I played with bugs. Um, I had a little critter carrier I was always coming home with new stuff in. So I was a very outdoorsy kid growing up. I played soccer. I did a lot more outdoor activities, but ever since I've gotten older, my chronic health issues have kind of kicked in, and I am less active. I'm still active, just not as much as playing soccer and going out daily and stuff like that. So it really depends. Do I own a pet? I own many. I own bugs, random bugs. I have some giant hissing cockroaches. I also have 3 snakes. I have a bird. Um, that's about it. Bugs, birds, and snakes, and a fish tank. I also have a fish tank. I can show some of them sometimes. I mean, I showed the bugs on stream recently. It's on one of the recent live streams. The snakes right now are kind of sleeping. I would show them, and I have pictures of my bird up on my posts. You can also follow my Instagram. Just not the cockroach. I mean, yeah, no, I can't get the snakes or the bird on camera right now. Yeah, Ejong saw the roaches. They're really not as scary as you think. They're chill. They can't bite. They can't do much. They can't even fly. Oh yeah, I have a spider too. He was included in the bugs. I kind of forgot. I want a tarantula really bad. Well, we're getting close to wrap up territory for today. I'll probably be back on tomorrow, and I'll probably do some off-screen work today. I'm not feeling super stream worthy, honestly. I'm just, even before I started today, I was just like, I don't know if I feel like streaming, but I still pushed myself to want to stream because you gotta do stuff you don't want to do sometimes to still progress in life. Not that I don't enjoy this, I just, sometimes I don't always want to be social. I am an introvert. Do you like the weaving types or hunting types of spiders? Honestly, the weaving types. I like spider webs. I think it's really sick when they web. Um, Burrowing ones are cool. You never see them though, so they're probably bottom tier for me. But weaving spiders are probably the coolest ones, just because you get cool webs. Like if you own a weaving spider, your whole tank is gonna get covered in webs, and that's really sick to me. There are not scorpions, tarantulas that web. So you can get webbing tarantulas that'll like turn their whole enclosure into a web, which is kind of sick, honestly. They hunt as well, but not as much. They kind of just sit around. But there's plenty of burrowing ones. They tend to just hide. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up for today. I appreciate all you guys. What was my highest viewer count? I mean, I think we've gotten up to like 40 people before, but today's kind of slow. Welcome in, Galactic. Sadly, we are wrapping it up. We've already been going for, yeah, we've already been going for like an hour and 20 minutes. So, I apologize. It's kind of been a slow stream anyways, so people were being a little rude earlier. Thank you, Zeus. I appreciate that. Thank you for stopping by, Galactic, and thank you for hanging around, Ejong. I appreciate you guys. We didn't really have very many regulars today. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I mean, feel free to go watch the VOD if you want. I mean, it wasn't that interesting, so. What was happening negative? People were just being like anti-LGBTQ and stuff like that, being like, oh, if you're for LGBTQ, I'm leaving. And it's like, just leave then. And that kind of stuff irritates me. Just be welcoming, be nice. Anyways, yeah, I love everyone here. I never want people to feel like they aren't welcome in my community, so people like that are gonna get the boot real quick. I am absolutely a supporter. Oh, you're talking about the person above? Yeah. Either way, I appreciate everyone. Um, I will probably be back on tomorrow. Yeah, if someone wants to be, let them be. Yeah, go work out, Ejong. Get that pump in. I'm gonna probably go do the same, honestly. Eat some breakfast, work out a little, play some games, enjoy my day off. But I appreciate everyone and everyone that showed up. I'll be back on tomorrow. Might have a little bit more done by then if I do some off-screen work. But I appreciate you. Oh, sorry, Zodiac. We're wrapping it up right now. You take your words back. Wow. Okay. Good to see. Good to see. I am leaving, sadly. We've been going for about an hour and a half now. It's a good wrap up territory. Probably be back on tomorrow. So if you want to catch me, you can hit the bell, and I will be back when I can. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, Bessie, I really do appreciate you hopping back in and taking that back. That it takes a lot to do that, and genuinely, that's a hell of a good move for you to come back and actually apologize. That shows you're actually a pretty good person. I like that. Exactly. W messy. I appreciate it. Anyways, peace out, guys. I'll see you when I see you. I'll be back tomorrow.